In a busy city where traffic never sleeps and screens never dim, lived a man named Rohan. He had everything society told him to chase: money, a penthouse apartment, a luxury car, and a corner office with a view. But amid the glittering skyline and endless notifications, Rohan felt hollow. Every morning, he woke up to an alarm he hated and fell asleep to a screen he couldn't put down. Life was noisy: meetings, deadlines, parties, social media likes. His phone buzzed constantly. Messages, news updates, work alerts, and social media comments competed for his attention. He was always plugged in, always available, always on point. One evening, as he sat in his apartment surrounded by silence, he realized he hadn't felt peace in years. He couldn't remember the last time he had a real conversation without checking his phone mid-sentence. That night, something shifted. For the first time in a long while, Rohan turned off his phone. No emails, no social media, no Netflix. Just him and silence. He looked around his apartment. It was filled with expensive things, but empty of meaning. A large TV he rarely watched, decorative pieces he didn't care about, and clothes he bought to impress people he didn't even like. Rohan decided to go for a walk, without headphones. The streets were quieter than usual. As he walked past a small park, he noticed an elderly man sitting on a bench, smiling as he fed the birds. Something about that image struck him. The peace, the stillness, the simplicity. It contrasted sharply with the chaos of his own life. Curious, Rohan sat beside the man. They exchanged greetings, and soon they began talking. The old man, whose name was Arjun, shared that he came to the park every day, same bench, same time, just to sit and be. Rohan asked, "Don't you get bored sitting here doing nothing?" Arjun smiled. "Doing nothing? I'm listening. To the wind, the birds, my own thoughts. Most people are too busy to hear themselves think." Those words lingered. For the first time, Rohan realized how much noise he had invited into his life. Not just literal sound, but emotional clutter, distractions, and constant urgency. Arjun shared more of his story. He had once been a high-powered executive too, but he gave it all up after his wife died suddenly. "I spent so much time chasing status, I forgot to live," he said. That night, Rohan couldn't sleep. His mind replayed Arjun's words. He thought about how many years he had spent rushing, proving, acquiring, yet never really being. The next day, he deleted his social media apps. Just like that. He didn't announce it, didn't explain. He just left. In the weeks that followed, he began spending more time outside. He read books, took long walks, visited his parents, and even started journaling, something he hadn't done since college. He realized how addicted he had been to noise. Not just sounds, but stimulation. He was afraid of silence because it forced him to face his truth. He began waking up early, not to get a head start on emails, but to enjoy the sunrise with a cup of tea. He noticed how quiet mornings could be a form of prayer. With time, Rohan downsized. He moved into a smaller apartment, filled only with what he loved and needed. The rest, he donated. He also quit his high-stress job. People called him crazy, but he had saved enough, and he wanted to live differently. He began consulting part-time and volunteered the rest of his week. He found joy in helping others, in mentoring students, in spending time with children at an orphanage nearby. For the first time, he felt useful in a deeper way. The more he let go, the lighter he felt. He no longer cared for fancy labels or social approval. He was free from comparison, from competition, from noise. One afternoon, as he sat on that same bench in the park, he smiled. A little boy ran past chasing a butterfly, laughing uncontrollably. Rohan laughed too, pure, childlike, and unfiltered. Arjun was there too. The two had become close friends. They didn't talk much anymore. They didn't need to. They understood the language of silence. Rohan's health improved. His sleep returned. He no longer felt anxious or lost. He had found a new rhythm, slow, intentional, and soul-nourishing. One day, a younger man approached him in the park, asking, "Don't you get bored just sitting here?" Rohan smiled. "No, I'm listening." That young man sat down. A new cycle had begun. Just like Rohan once did, someone else was now questioning the noise in their life. We fill our lives with noise to avoid discomfort, but in silence lies clarity. When you strip away distractions, what's left is your truth. Rohan's story is not rare. It's the story of millions, running, acquiring, performing. But at what cost? Life doesn't have to be loud to be meaningful. Sometimes, the most profound moments happen in quiet. Watching a sunset, sipping tea, or sharing silence with someone who understands. So pause. Unplug. Breathe. Listen. The noise will always be there. But peace is something you must choose. And once you do, everything changes.